What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to go over the trades that we ended up taking on Friday, as well as the game plan going into this week. So Friday, very simple day. We were still bearish going into it. If we pull up the 30-minute chart here, this tells us the trend in the market. So obviously on the call side, 10 was crossing below the 50, or it did cross below the 50, so there's nothing really going on there. On the put side, we ended up getting this put cross. 10 SMA went above the 50, and you could see we ended up getting this massive gap down on Friday. And it's not really a surprise. We had this 30-minute chart cross at the close or in the afternoon on Thursday, and yeah, 10 SMA went above the 50. Market just flipped bearish at that point, and this kind of tells us that there's a good chance we're gonna go lower. I didn't take a swing or anything overnight, but you could have if you wanted to. It could have honestly gapped up a little bit and then went lower. Obviously, you don't know which one you're gonna get first, but I just wanted to play the intraday price action. Unfortunately, I wish this didn't gap down so much, just because then we could grind out some more points intraday. But is what it is. We're able to still capitalize on it. And yeah, the reason this ended up bouncing very hard on Friday, I've been posting on my Twitter recently, so kind of been going over stuff on there. But if we go up to the 4-hour chart, look what we hit here. Massive resistance on the Friday contracts, and then we also hit right around the daily 50. So this is why the higher time frames are super important. The more slope down the 50 is, the stronger of a resistance it will be. I went over this in yesterday's video, but that 4-hour 50 on the call side, that was one of the reasons why we ended up dropping so hard, and that was because we were sloped down a ton. Obviously, this is not the chart I'm referencing, but these are the new contracts. But the chart we had during the week, the 4-hour 50 was sloped down super hard. I was expecting a rejection. We got the rejection. We ended up swinging puts, and we got paid on it. So same thing here with the 4-hour chart. I mean, this thing is sloped down super hard. I told Discord I would expect a bounce here just because of how aggressive we dropped overnight, and we're at this major spot here on the 4-hour and then also on the daily chart. So yeah, that's why we ended up bouncing hard in the morning. I didn't really favor the downside too much after that, but going into next week, this is what we did look like. I mean, it does look very bearish. We're gonna have to see how we open up. Maybe we get a retest of the 4-hour 50, just like kind of how this chart was back in here. It kind of got a rejection, pulled back to the 10, and then went back up to the 4-hour 50 one more time. Maybe something like that will happen, just because, I mean, this close was very bearish. You can see what happened. We bounced off the 50 here, which is your massive support on the puts. I can't be super bullish until that happens, because this is this chart still cross on the put side. We need to see this chart lose the 50, cross negative to really have room to pump more. So until that happens, I favor the downside, and I wouldn't be surprised with the gap down on Monday. It's possible we gap up a little bit as well. But again, as long as this chart is crossed, I am going to be favoring the downside, and I'm only going to be looking for shorts. So yeah, that's kind of what we look like on the 30-minute. I'm going to go over the trade we ended up taking on Friday. It was a very quick trade, very short trade. We ended up taking this bounce off the 50 SMA on the put side. So obviously we had this massive gap up on the contract since we ended up getting a gap down. And what I wanted to see was a price pullback to this 50 SMA. And I was originally looking for a reclaim of the 10, but then it just looked really good to buy the 50 dip, just because it was such an aggressive move higher in the morning, such an aggressive pump that it just made sense to get a pullback, and this 50 SMA was sloped up nicely. So we got this pullback to the 50. I ended up going short at 10 o'clock. So right at 10 o'clock, which was this candle right here, we were right near that 50. Ended up going short, caught 80 points and NQ. I trimmed half, and then unfortunately we got to stop break even on the rest. So you can see right here we ended up getting a little bit of a move lower on the next candle on these contracts, and then we got a nice bounce up to the 10. This is where we needed to go higher to go higher on the contracts, because we were at that 10 SMA. We needed a closure above. We didn't get it, so it came right back down. I had just ended up going break even at that point, because I know we're at that pivotal spot on the 0DT chart, and I don't want that to come back down to my fill. So came back up to my fill, got out, break even on the rest of it, and you can see we end up crossing negative here on the call side. There's nothing to take here. Market's still bearish, so not a trade I was going to be taking. Even though it doesn't look like the worst trade in the world, especially with where we're at on the 4-hour and the daily time frame at those massive resistances on the puts. But I still just wasn't a trade I wanted to take. We caught a nice 80 pointer, so I'm like, there's just no point in taking that. And if we look on the call side here, 5-minute, These contracts were very weird. You could just tell by the candles they were so choppy and so small up in here that there was nothing to take. We got this little call cross, which you could have taken, but again, this 50 SMA ended up taking like forever to kind of curl up, so it probably didn't happen until this candle right here at 11:25. But yeah, these candles were super weird. There's nothing to take on the call side. Like a really good trade would have been a call cross and then the calls cross negative, just because we're still in a bearish market. But given how the contracts were on Friday, it just wasn't worth it. I mean, there wasn't even a negative cross that ended up setting up. You could see in here, yes, the SMAs crossed below each other, but this 50 SMA was still sloped up the entire time. No entry for the negative cross, and that was our day on Friday. The only thing we took was that dip to the 50 on the 5-minute on the 0DT puts, and that was that. There wasn't any other setups that I was interested in. If anything, you could have just longed after the first 5 minutes, because that's when we ended up hitting the 4-hour 50 and got near the daily 50. It was on that opening drop at like 9:30 to 9:35. The first 5 minutes we ended up just tanking, and then from there we hit the 4-hour 50. That gave the dead bottom, and we ripped like a million points from that. So you could have taken a low risk entry and went lighter size on like NQ and just held for a lot more of like a lot bigger moves, since it is that 4-hour chart. So yeah, those are the trade opportunities on Friday, and I actually do have some puts going into next week. I grabbed some further out expiration though, so it kind of if we did get a gap up, it's not going to hurt me too much, and I'm looking to hold this for a bigger move. So if we pull up the 30-minute chart one more time, again, the reason I did it was because we held this 50. I ended up scaling in some down in here, and then I added some more at the close as we got back above this 10 SMA. So I have like December contracts, so we still have like over a month on the contracts. Not going to hurt me as much if there's a gap up, and yeah, I'm pretty sure those were green at the close. And I also took some Tesla. It pretty much all though determines, it's all based on SPY. I mean, if SPY doesn't gap down tomorrow, then Tesla's not going to end up working out. But Tesla, I'm going to try to find the chart if I have it, but it's just a simple, it's the same thing as like the SPY chart. They're like identical charts. Let me find Tesla. I know we had the 380s for Friday, so I'm just going to pull these up, and this is what those ended up looking like. So pull back to the major support on the 30-minute, close above the 10. Same thing as SPY. It just all depends on what the overall market's doing. I mean, Tesla, SPY, it's going to be the same exact scenario. If SPY ends up gapping up, Tesla's going to gap up. If SPY gaps down, Tesla's going to gap down most likely. So that's pretty much what we did on Friday. Again, it's just very, very simple. There's no other system out there like the system. It's very detailed in the crosses, the Friday contracts. Like, there's no other strategy out there when it comes to the option charts that you have the Friday contracts that tell you the overall bigger picture, and you use those to help you trade the 0DT. There's no strategy out there like that, and it's like mind blowing to me that I somehow found this, and I'm gonna try and bring it to light and share it with more people. Obviously, I didn't make the strategy, but I was able to find the strategy and actually learn how to trade like this for the past like 2 years. I just find that like completely crazy that I somehow was able to learn this or find this in the first place with all the other strategies out there, and the chances of me finding this system and learning it and doing well, like the chances were slim to none at that point. But I'm trying to post these videos, try and get it out there and help you guys learn, because I feel like this will help so many people out there when it comes to trading. Yes, at first it seems a little complicated, you're not gonna know what you're doing, but at the end of the day, after you just learn the basics, it's very simple. Friday contracts tell you the trend. You use these to trade the 0DT. On the 0DTs, you're just looking for the 5-minute crosses. It's very simple. You just gotta have the experience with looking at them intraday, like knowing when to enter a cross, when not to enter a cross. Has there been an explosive move already since the cross happened, where I don't get in? It's just, it's all about risk to reward, and that's what I'm trying to help you guys do. So yeah, that's just my little spiel on the system, and hopefully you guys are learning things from these videos. I got a million other videos on the YouTube every single day pretty much. I'm posting at least like 5 videos a week, so there's a lot of knowledge to be absorbed from the videos. But that's all I got. Hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a sub, drop a like if you enjoyed. Join the Discord if you want to learn. I'm out. Peace.